Hello everyone, my name is Cooper Lee Kidd and I am presenting my usability testing report on Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena heralds itself as the world's #1 platform for playing board games online. It is a place where you can play thousands of board games from your browser for free. This report is intended to serve as a guide to facilitate the development of the Board Game Arena website. The Board Game Arena website was designed to provide users of all backgrounds access to board games that can be played online. For analyzing the site's usability, our team of evaluators consulted with Board Game Arena and decided to evaluate the following features of the prototype. These features are search functionality, required learning curve, and overall aesthetic impressions. To discover valuable insights directly from the users themselves, our teams performed a usability test of the website. How did the team do this? We utilized Zoom to record audio, video, and screen activity during our user testing. We then evaluated the quantitative and qualitative data the test provided and drew out high and low points concerning the interface's usability. In this presentation, I will highlight usability issues with the website and offer recommendations to resolve the problems that we found. At this point, you may be wondering, why was the testing conducted? Well, the purpose of this test was to evaluate the usability of the Board Game Arena website from the perspective of an avid board game player. So the specific goals we had for the people who tested this website, the participants, were these. Searching for and selecting a game to play by game mode, speed, and who they wish to play the game with. Searching for a game by the name. Downloading the rulebook, watching video explanation, and seeing the game in action to learn how the game is played. And finally, to play a game with minimal to no interruptions due to technological challenges on behalf of the site. So how was the testing conducted? Well, we evaluated the website using the task previously mentioned that were completed by 5 avid board gamers. The users who completed these tasks were screened to ensure that they met certain criteria. The tests were conducted remotely over Zoom, and the test included pre-test, post-test, post-task, and post-test interviews, and we utilized the Think Aloud method. So now let's delve into the findings. So in the following section of this presentation, I've detailed the major findings and recommendations for improving BoardGameArena.com's usability. So the first finding is that users had difficulty returning to previous pages without either typing in the website name in their browser or repeatedly hitting the back button on their internet browser. So when users were prompted to return to the home page, or if they needed to find specific information that they had seen on previous pages, they were immediately unsure of how to return to the previous pages or to the home pages. Users would commonly first look for a button that would return them to the home page, or a button that would help them return to where they were previously, but since they couldn't find one, they would generally resort to either repeatedly clicking the back button or typing into their internet browser the website homepage itself. Several users who were involved in the testing process actually repeatedly commented that they would really like a button that allows them to go back to where they were, rather than having to do the cumbersome process that I previously spoke about. An easy fix for this is one of the recommendations that we have, which is to incorporate a back button and a return to homepage button prominently on each screen as shown below. Incorporating a prominent return to homepage and back button on each page will clearly communicate to users of all levels how to return to the homepage or go back to the previous pages. In addition, providing these buttons would encourage users to interact more with the website, as there is an ability to return to where they came from. Our second finding was that users were overwhelmed by the number of games on the game page and were unsure which game to select. Participants were overwhelmed by the number of games to choose from on the game page, so many users browsed over the games that were listed and mentioned that they felt overwhelmed by the amount of games and that they didn't know any of them. And when prompted to select a game to choose, many players also noted that it would be helpful to know what they are picking instead of having to basically blindly select a game. A quick fix for this problem is that on the games page, you could add a short description under the game so that users know what they're looking at, which is our second recommendation. As you can see from the screenshot above here, adding a short description under the games would enable users to search for a game and know what they're choosing, which would make them feel encouraged to filter and drill into content by utilizing the broad yet controlled features that are available here. By making the search results in Board Game Library easier for users to manipulate and search, it would save the user time and frustration, and make it more likely that users would continue to use the site in the future. Adding a short description under the games makes this process so much easier for the user and keeps them engaged and excited to continue using the site. Our third finding is it is unclear what games need a paid subscription for a user to be able to start the game, and what a paid subscription is. Users found that the current system does not provide any feedback that a user is clicking on a game that requires a paid subscription. And in many cases, users were confused and frustrated when they were unable to initiate play of a game because it required a paid subscription to the website. In addition, users were generally forced to read through blocks of text to figure out why they were unable to start the game that they wanted. For example, one participant said, "I feel like I am being duped. I do not want to read all this text and waste my time to find out that I need to pay to play this game." An easy fix for this problem is our recommendation number 3. Make it clear to the user what a paid subscription is on the homepage. Currently, there's no explicit explanation of paid subscriptions on the website or what the benefits of a paid subscription are for the user. So it would be helpful for the user to know which games require a paid subscription to play and what the details and benefits of a paid subscription are. When provided on the homepage, this would make the experience so much simpler for the user. And as seen by the screenshot, this can be done pretty explicitly by creating an explicit section of the homepage that tells you what a paid subscription is and which games are paid, right there on the homepage. And our fourth and final finding is that having video explanations open in another tab confused and annoyed users. Users found that video explanations for games opened in another tab instead of in the same page. So this annoyed users who did not want to necessarily open another tab or have another tab open because they already had so many tabs open, which made finding the previous tab hard and cumbersome when they actually wanted to come back and play the game. Because the video opened in another tab, finding the original tab with the game was difficult and made playing the game confusing, as many users actually forgot how to play the game in the time that it took to find the other tab. And a simple fix for this is our recommendation number 4, which is to have video explanations of games open in the same window instead of opening another tab. Displaying the video on the same page instead of having another tab open with the video will allow users to feel more confident and assured that they will be able to better remember the rules of the game they are trying to play, since they're not trying to play around with the tabs on their computer. It will also enable users to view other potentially relevant information, such as real-time playthrough of the game at the same time, which enables users to get a better perspective on how the game is played. This will also enable users the opportunity to have less tabs open on their computer, increasing their internet performance and internet browser usability. And with that, those are all of the findings and recommendations that our team came up with. In conclusion, Board Game Arena is presently in a great position for growth. The content is exceptionally thorough, engaging, and fun. The recommendations that I have just gone over are designed to improve the existing website functionality and level of user confidence. We arrived at these recommendations by performing 5 remote usability tests and evaluating the qualitative and quantitative data that was extrapolated from those tests. By following these recommendations, Board Game Arena could see a significant improvement in their users' experience with the site and content and user retention. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope you have a great day.